Alrighty, gang, Erin is set to become a major hurricane, but its forecast is sort of a little more confusing. For starters, here was Erin overnight into early this morning on infrared satellite. Its convection, its thunderstorms are sort of flaring up at times and kind of fizzling other times, but I think that convection is becoming a little more persistent right now as it organizes. It's holding its own decently well on the water vapor imagery. And just so you know where this is west of the Cabo Verde Islands in the eastern tropical Atlantic, moving west into the central Atlantic. The Hurricane Center has put out their first cone, and they're explicitly forecasting a major hurricane within 5 days as we head towards this weekend. So what has changed since yesterday? Well, to begin, in the forecast models, we've seen more of a southerly and sort of southwesterly jog, potentially bringing the system's track a little closer to land. As a forecaster, my bigger question right now is this part of an overall trend, or is this just the models kind of waffling back and forth? And I do think this might be the start of a possible trend. Here are yesterday's American GFS models, showing a range of scenarios, and here are the overnight ones into early this morning. Definitely a jog southwest, and now most models bring the system inside of Bermuda, somewhere between the Outer Banks and Bermuda. Same thing with the European model. Here are the runs from Monday afternoon, and then here are the overnight into early Tuesday morning runs. The hurricane-specific models have also jogged a little farther south too. Most are still depicting or simulating a curve to the north at some point, but the big wild card, when does that curve occur, and how dramatically does the system curve north? That's why at present I'm thinking most folks in the Greater Antilles, perhaps the Bahamas, maybe eastern Florida, let's just keep tabs out of an abundance of caution. The risk of a direct impact is still very low, but again, anyone in the yellow I've shaded, just be aware of the system. It's hurricane season, you want to be aware. Now, what is the big source of uncertainty regarding track? Well, for days we've talked about the Bermuda High, this magic force field between the Azores and Bermuda. It's like that dome in the central Atlantic suppressing this system and really determining where Erin curves. A stronger Bermuda High, we have a stronger force field, we suppress this south, and it's driven farther west and gets closer to North America. If there's a weaker Bermuda High, that force field is weaker and the system kind of curves early and can escape out to sea. But the issue is that we have two upper-level lows, pockets of cold air, low pressure, and spin over southern Canada and the northern U.S., taking turns kind of ramming into this Bermuda High from the west, trying to break down the western side of that ridge, of that Bermuda High, and potentially weakening the force field. If that occurs, then we weaken the force field, make this system, our Erin go out to sea. But if we can't really ram that Bermuda High, then the Bermuda High stays strong and we get a track closer to the mainland U.S. There are those two upper lows, and I'm really intrigued by the one next week. One comes in on Friday, one comes in like Monday, Tuesday. I'm really intrigued by that second one. Now, the timing and the strength of that feature is a little bit uncertain. I think we won't have a better idea for another day or two. The feature right now is over Canada's Northwest Territories and Yukon. It's way, way, way up here. On satellite, it doesn't really look like much yet. And the key is that in the next 24 to 36 hours, that upper-level system is going to pass deeper into Canada over the Northwest Territories, maybe western Alberta, maybe far northwest Saskatchewan, northern British Columbia, where we have a better network of weather balloons that will be launched into it. Once we start launching upper air soundings, balloons into it, we get a better idea of that upper low's 3D structure, and we can pump that data into models so we'll get better modeling. So that's why I say hold out for another day or two before we can really cut down on the uncertainty. I know it requires some patience, but I think we'll have a much better idea as we head towards late Wednesday and especially Thursday. Now, in the short term, I'm still expecting gradual strengthening through the next couple of days. That I'm pretty confident in. It's over 80-degree water temperatures right now, kind of marginal, but by Friday, it's over mid to upper 80s. At present, it's still surrounded by some Saharan air, and there's dry air at the upper levels, kind of choking it right now, but it will outrun that by late week. And over the next few days, Erin will move into an area with calm upper-level winds. If the upper winds are too harsh, we tear the system apart. Erin's moving into kind of a chill, relaxed environment, so we'll have an easier time gradually strengthening, becoming a hurricane, etc. So I do expect a major hurricane by this weekend. I know we covered a lot of moving parts. There's a lot to discuss. Stay tuned via social media. And as always, it is hurricane season. Let's stay vigilant. Thank you for watching. Please watch again. But in all seriousness, no, we'll have more updates throughout the next several days. And stay tuned to MyRadar. We'll be with you every step of the way.
Follow MyRadar on social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Download MyRadar on iOS, Android, Amazon Alexa, and Windows.